Ronald William Howard was born on March 1, 1954, in Duncan, Oklahoma, into a family that blended creativity, discipline, and financial uncertainty. His parents, Rance Howard and Jean Spiegel, were both actors and introduced him to the film world before he could fully form sentences. By 18 months old, he appeared in Frontier Woman, unknowingly stepping onto a path that would define his life. Moving to California in the late 1950s, young Ron's days quickly became a balancing act of scripts, schoolwork, and parental expectations, a life he would later describe as a golden cage, safe yet isolating. Childhood in the spotlight. Everything changed when The Andy Griffith Show premiered on October 3, 1960. At just 6 years old, Ron became Opie Taylor, the embodiment of childhood innocence for millions. While audiences adored him, behind the scenes he studied quietly in a small room near Stage 40 at Dillu Studios, missing ordinary outdoor play. His father coached him to act with honesty, never forced charm, a discipline that marked him early. The role brought fame and admiration, but the emotional cost was hidden. Being everyone's beloved child came at the price of losing his own childhood identity. Navigating adolescent pressures. As Ron grew, the pressures of fame followed him into adolescence. His school years were split between regular classrooms in Burbank and rushed tutoring near studio sets. Even minor roles, like his part in The Music Man in 1962, carried hidden anxieties. At 8, he whispered to Shirley Jones, worried he couldn't master a dance routine, a fear concealed by clever camera angles. Though audiences saw only success and charm, Ron's early experiences cultivated a sense of responsibility and constant self-surveillance. The combination of childhood fame and parental guidance left him perpetually performing, even in moments meant for rest and growth. Defining teen roles. In 1974, Ron embraced a second defining television role as Richie Cunningham in Happy Days. Adored by millions, he found the attention rewarding but stifling, a character untouched by the world's complexities. Despite his success, he felt a quiet desperation to break free. Fame offered admiration, yet the role left little room for personal exploration. By 23, the tension reached a peak, and he sought an outlet to reclaim agency over his own life. This desire planted the seed for a directing career that would allow him to tell stories on his terms, while escaping the limitations of being typecast in beloved yet confining television roles. The shift to directing Ron's transition from actor to director began with an offer from Roger Corman that led to Grand Theft Auto. The move marked a turning point, freeing him from the constraints of on-screen persona. Over the years, his career expanded with films like Night Shift, Splash, Cocoon, Willow, and Parenthood, each project showcasing his ability to handle diverse genres. However, directing brought its own pressures, pushing him to physical and emotional extremes. The challenges were different but no less intense, and for a man accustomed to discipline, he faced the new reality of bearing ultimate responsibility for an entire set and creative vision. The burden of ambition. Apollo 13 in 1995 epitomized the demands of Ron's professional drive. The production involved 612 zero-gravity sequences and 18-hour workdays across 90 straight days, culminating in a collapse on set. Though the film was celebrated, the personal cost was immense. Ron's ambition and dedication left him physically and emotionally drained, a recurring theme in his life. Each achievement was shadowed by exhaustion and sacrifice, a pattern originating in his childhood. Success carried not just admiration, but a silent ledger of hours, missed family moments, and self-negotiated pressure to constantly prove worth, a lesson instilled early in Hollywood's demanding environment. Family sacrifices. The heaviest burden came during Far and Away in 1991. Spending 6 months in Ireland filming, Ron left his newborn twins, Jocelyn and Bryce, in the care of his wife, Cheryl. Upon returning, he found them barely recognizing him, an emotional wound he described as breaking something inside. He attempted to shield his children from the demands of his career. Yet absence was unavoidable. The same pattern reappeared in 2005 during Cinderella Man. These experiences forced him to confront the belief, ingrained since childhood, that he must always say yes, always prove himself. Personal sacrifice remained a constant, even amid professional triumphs. Reflections on parenthood. By the time of their 50th anniversary in 2025, Ron expressed profound regret, wishing he could trade accolades for lost family moments. His reflection highlights the tension between professional achievement and personal fulfillment. Despite a $200 million legacy and worldwide acclaim, he views the missed opportunities with his children as irretrievable. The realization of these losses underscores a lifelong struggle with balancing success and intimacy. For a man used to controlling outcomes, the passage of time has been a teacher of limits, revealing that some moments, once gone, cannot be recovered or replaced. Sibling bonds and shared struggles. Ron's younger brother, Clint Howard, shared the unique experience of growing up within Hollywood's machine. The bond between the siblings deepened over shared challenges, including Clint's struggles with addiction. Despite surviving these personal battles, Clint now faces a serious, life-altering illness. For Ron, accustomed to finding solutions, this is a battle he cannot rewrite. The emotional toll is immense, as it underscores both the fragility of human life and the limitations of influence. Even for someone accustomed to shaping stories, careers, and cinematic worlds, legacy, and self-reflection. Now in his early 70s, Ron looks back on a career defined by creativity, resilience, and public admiration. Yet the quiet spaces between projects have forced him to reckon with a lifetime of priorities shaped by obligation and expectation. He acknowledges the irony of spending decades telling other people's stories while neglecting to fully live his own. The introspection reveals a man aware of both his accomplishments and the personal costs, recognizing that fame, awards, and success cannot fully compensate for moments lost to the demands of a relentless career. Conclusion: a life in balance. Ron Howard's story is one of contrasts: success and sacrifice, fame and privacy, devotion to craft, and longing for personal connection. From a childhood on sound stages to decades of Hollywood achievement, he has carried hidden burdens shaped by early expectations and professional demands. Yet through reflection, he offers a candid acknowledgement of regrets, triumphs, and the enduring value of family. His journey demonstrates that even in lives seemingly marked by perfection, there exists complexity, growth, and resilience, reminding us that the most profound stories often unfold away from the camera's gaze.